Shit, but let's get into it anyways. It's a crack. My name is Paddy. Today we're talking about chapters 723 and 724. I couldn't cover these as they came out because we had family over due to some accidents near Christmas time. They needed somewhere to stay, and me and my parents were brought them in. Don't worry, we were safe about it. So 723 off the bat. This chapter starts with us learning the name of the new god. He is the god of harmony, and his name is the Natural. And not a whole heck of a lot happens in this chapter, so I can sort of just blaze through it. He starts his fight with Satan Cross, which I'm not going to talk about too much unless you want play-by-play. If that's the case, then you can just read the chapter for yourself. Mac Metaphor shows up in this chapter, first of all, which I appreciate as someone who grew up with Ultimate Muscle. Seeing Mac Metaphor, that's always nice. He brings up that the two Choshin who have fought so far, Rampage Man and Bicorn, how Rampage Man absolutely bodied Big Body's team, and how Bicorn lost to Prison Man, and not a hell of a lot happens in this chapter beyond the fight starting. We do get like his gimmick, which someone on the Hercules Factory Discord pointed out. It's very similar to Abyss Man, and in his next chapter we see even more similarities to Abyss Man. But basically, he has inner peace, and because of that, he can break out whatever hold anybody puts him in. And how the fuck that's possible, I don't know. Not breaking out of the holes, but having inner peace after 2020, like how in God's name? But whatever, it's anime. We should be used to things being nonsensical at this point. Near the end of the chapter, he says, as long as I have a good footing, there's never a hole I can't break out of, and this causes Satan Cross to break off one of his bangles, throw it on the ground, and summon a swamp floor. It's been a while since I've seen Satan Cross fight, so I kind of forgot he was a ninja and could do that shit. Into the next chapter, this one's a bit more hefty. We start to fight. The Natural can't get out, so what he does is he uses the face shields on his legs as platforms so he can stand on top of the swamp. So that's really cool that he can just use his face, things like that, and he gets a bit more use out of it because he starts using them as a weapon in this one. Like, he cuts the parasite on Satan Cross's chest, he cuts his face. I'm pretty sure, then he goes for a choke slam. Either this chapter or the last chapter, he used the claws for a choke slam. And after that, Satan Cross tries to take back his bangle, but he's like, I'm not letting you do that again. Fire on top of his head, shoots it forward, and it's just, that swamp field is out of play for the rest of the fight. After this, he brings up that why he's working with the god of harmony, and that is because the man said he was going to go down and make the children perfect, but the Natural just believed that the children were not worthy of it. They are by default imperfect and can never reach the status of perfection. So that's why he's sided with the god of harmony. Again, I wish we got that for Bicorn and, Bicorn. We can still get on Rampage Man, he's still around. Bicorn was pretty fucking boring so far. By far, probably the most boring villain we've had in this arc. But there's still time, we can still get more shit. We also get a weird screenshot of Ataru during their fight. It's just a single panel with Ataru, which makes me believe that Satan Cross is going to lose his fight against the Natural, and Ataru is going to have to step in, which I'm not against that, as long as it doesn't go on for another 2 fucking volumes. And not much happens after that. After that, Satan Cross tries to put the Natural into the triangle lock that he used to kill the ninja in the Throne arc. But again, because inner peace, he's able to slip out of that, take both Satan Crosses and just sort of bonk them together. Like if you've seen the Shrek movie, I'm pretty sure Shrek does that to two royal guards. And yeah, not much happened that I can remember off the top of my head. I think they're both good chapters. This is kind of problem I'm running into now with fight chapters. There's not going to be a lot of exposition. It's going to be mostly fights, and yeah. I don't want to go play by play with it because I feel like that would be quite boring. If you want play by play, just read the chapter. They got Mac Metaphor back, for God's sake. But yeah, overall, I think those are both good chapters, and I do want to see where this fight will go. I want to see if Satan Cross can like turn it around, because he's only well, it's not that he has no wins. This actually, if he loses this, it'll make his win-loss record perfectly even. But yeah, I'm half expecting him to lose and for someone else to step in. It looks like it's gonna be Ataru if he loses, but I'd like to see Brocken Jr. step in, because we're focusing on Geronimo being a Chojin, a human who became a Chojin. I'm interested. I kind of want Brocken Jr. to get the same treatment since he's a Chojin. No, he's a human who becomes a Chojin with the medallion that his family passes down through each generation. Yeah. Again, good chapters. I'll see you next time. I don't know how to end these things.